been centuries and millennia. People want to fly. Where does that come from? It comes from an inner drive within one's soul to fly high, to get closer to God. But since we have that inside of our soul, regardless of who we are, it manifests itself in two ways. In a kosher way, where a person seeks to go higher in the spiritual life to get closer to God, or it could translate itself in a negative way, where you want to rise above others, to dominate others, to look down at others. Well, these two approaches are represented and hinted by the two kinds of birds the Torah discusses in this week's Torah portion, Rabbi, where it talks about non-kosher birds. And among the non-kosher birds, it lists three birds, Ra'ah, Aya, Daya. And Rashi explains that these are three species of the vulture. They're known by three different names, but they represent negative traits associated with flying. There's one kind of flight, figuratively speaking, where the person rises high up like the vulture, and it can look down and find and spot a dead carcass. Or as the Talmud puts it, it's situated in Babylonia and could see a dead carcass in Israel. This is the type of personality who sees very well, but sees the negative in everyone, sees the negative in everything. Then you have the Aya. Aya means, where is it? It's elusive. This is the person who's not so debased to look for the negative in everything. This is the high-level intellectual, the philosopher, the theologian, the spiritual person, but it's a spiritual person filled with ego, someone who feels I am above everyone else. I look down at everyone with contempt because they can't reach my level of sophistication of knowledge. I'm elusive. I'm above everyone. And then you have the Daya. Daya comes to the word, same root as the word Dayenu. It's enough. It's a person who flies. Yes, they want to go higher, but they carve out a comfortable niche. Die. This is enough for me. I don't have to grow any higher. All these three are impediments to the true definition of flight. Flight should be trying to elevate yourself, to see things from a higher perch, yes, but see the positive in everything, and not look down, God forbid, at another person. And at the same time, never stop growing higher and higher. When we talk about the need that we have to bring Mashiach, to bring about the final redemption, there are people who say, we can't really talk about redemption. We're living in such a low time. We see the dead carcasses. We see all the negatives that are associated with exile, and therefore we'll never get out of this. That's not kosher. Then you have that's the Ra'ah, the one who sees the negative. Then there's the Aya, the elusive one. Mashiach is an elusive goal. We'll never be able to achieve this. This is something for the distant, very distant future. Then you have the Daya. We did enough. We did so much to bring Mashiach, and he still hasn't come. Let's take a vacation. Let's rest a little. Let's change the subject. That are all signs of a non-kosher bird. A kosher bird flies high, has the ambition to go higher and higher, and never gets tired of flying.